Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, I want to show you guys one of the world's strongest Hydra team you will ever see, alright? This is not like the traditional, typical Duchess, Chris team. This team actually looks like this. Alright, let's get straight into the topic. Look at this team here. 2 on the rock, Chris, Coronar, Venus, Husk, and Geomancer. Nightmare difficulty over 80 mil. Alright? And I think this team could go up to 100 million. It's absolutely possible because when I was doing this key at around 75 million, my Husk just died due to, I think it was due to Head of Blight putting up like 6 poisons on my Husk, and my Husk just died. Otherwise, it can just go much higher, right? And if you guys take a look at the other people's team in my clan, pretty much everyone is just using a same team setup with Duchess, Chris, right? I think I'm the only exception. Well, we do see a Sifi here. That's nice. Otherwise, everyone else just using pretty much the same team. That's just Chris. Alright, so why is this team so good? I'm gonna explain to you guys the synergy, and I'm gonna show you guys the gear, and after that, I'll show you guys the run. Alright, so this team is very strong because it pretty much has all the buffs I need and all the debuffs I need. Alright, I have increased speed, increased defense. And for the debuffs, I have decreased speed, I have decreased accuracy from Geomancer, I have defense down, weaken, alright, and then I have provoke. I have 3 provoke champion. That is actually a huge factor, alright, because in the current rotation we do not have head of decay, right? Now can be provoked, and I have 3 provoke champions, and if the Head of Decay spawns, I can just control Head of Decay non-stop with 3 provoke champions. Alright, Husk is A1 provoke. Like the Krisk and the Corona is just kind of like a safer option, right? If my Husk fail to land the provoke, I'm gonna use Krisk A3 or Corona's A2. And I never use like Krisk or Corona's provoke first. I always want to try Corona to A1 Head of Decay first. If I fail to provoke, then I will use Krisk or Corona's decay as Corona's provoke. This is very important, and I think for this team to success, you gotta have 3 provoke champions. You can use both Krisk, right? It doesn't matter. You gotta have 3. Well, not necessarily 3 provoke champion. It's just a much safer option, right? And then for the weakness of this team, it's obvious. This team doesn't have a reviver. If one of the champion dies, it just dies, alright? You cannot revive them. So you gotta be very careful with this team. You gotta gear this champion relatively tankier. As you guys can see, usually I gear Geomancer in a reflex set, but in this team, I don't have a Duchess. I don't have the 20% AoE damage reduction, something like that. So I gotta put Geomancer in a regeneration set to make sure Geomancer lives. I tried reflex set before, it doesn't work. He is too squishy as an epic champion. And for the Husk, like I said, I believe this key can go up to 100 mil in Nightmare difficulty if my Husk lived. Alright, my Husk died very early on. This Husk is just not tank enough with a Savage set. Alright, as you guys can see, the Husk's damage is even lower than Geomancer. Coronar is absolutely amazing champion for Hydra. Alright. Anyways, let me just show you guys the gear of these champions. Alright. So with 2 Anorak lead, I can have 70 extra accuracy. So I don't have to build these champion like super high accuracy. The first champion is gonna be Coronar. This is my Coronar build. Alright. This is a +4 Coronar, so it's very strong in a Savage set and Perception set. Let's take a look at total stats. 268 speed, full crit, and very high crit damage, 312 accuracy with 270 extra accuracy. It should be enough to land the debuffs. And for resistance, you're gonna need over 500 for both brutal and nightmare difficulty to be able to resist all the debuffs. And that's basically it. And one important thing is you're gonna build this corner have higher crit damage than Husk, because the first mark of Hydra always goes to the champion with highest crit damage, and it's gonna be Coronar. And I'm just gonna save Husk's A2, and I'm gonna do a massive AoE, and the first Devour is just really easy. And the second champion is gonna be Krisk. This is my Chris build. I think I showcased this build many times before. I'll gear my Chris in a Frenzy set and Perception set. I'll just build this champion super tanky, high speed, enough resistance and accuracy, and that's about it. The next one is gonna be 200 rack. I think it's this one. I geared this one in a Guardian set. So basically she just heal herself 10% every turn and everyone else takes 10% reduced damage. This is a very important set for Hydra team, right? Like I said, you always want to use one of your 6 champion in a Guardian set, so pretty much everyone just takes 10% less damage. It's really good. And just high speed, resistance, accuracy, and toughness. And that's basically. I did not use War Master on her because I couldn't get enough stats with my Guardian set. I gotta use the 50 extra resistance on my mastery. So the next one is gonna be Venus. Alright, I think it's this one. Venus is just a very regular build, I would say. You don't really need this champion to be this fast. Alright, actually, this is a little too fast. This champion goes before my 200 rack. That's not good. But that's basically the stats. You're just gonna build this champion tanky. Damage doesn't really matter. She will have a lot of damage from her A1 and the HP burn. Alright, the next one is gonna be Husk. I think with Husk, you have to build Husk with accuracy, because for Nightmare difficulty, you need around 400 accuracy to be able to land debuffs. And I need this Husk for the A1 provoke, so I gotta build this champion with relatively higher accuracy, and I prefer to put him on a refresh accessory, so I have a chance to just refresh the A2, which has 4 turns cooldown. Basically, just a Savage set, a Immortal set, and on that key I just did, this Husk actually died first. I think that's not good. So maybe I think this Husk is just simply not tanky enough. Alright, and for the Geomancer, where's my Geomancer? I think it's this one. Yeah, that's this one. Like I said, for this Geomancer, I tried Reflex set before, and he always dies first. So I guess Reflex set on a team that doesn't have a Reviver, it's just not a good idea. I gotta gear this champion in a regeneration set, so he can self-sustain, right? And he just never dies. Basically heal around 20% every turn, right? Just never dies. Just because his defensive stats are so bad. You're gonna gear him with a lot of HP percentage and defense percentage stuff, and I feel like for this champion it's kind of impossible to build 500 resistance on this champion. So I just give up on resistance, just give him enough accuracy and enough toughness, and that's about it. So yep, let's just get into the clip. I'm gonna show you guys the opening rotation. Alright, so yeah, my Venus goes first. That's not really that's not good. Technically I want my 200 rack to go first. Alright, you guys can see here my 200 rack gets a turn and just damage the enemy, and all these heads have block debuff on themselves, so Head of Blight is not gonna put Poison Cloud on everybody. Like, even if we have Head of Decay in this rotation, this team will work just fine, because I just put block buff on all these heads, and I'm gonna use either Krisk's A3 or Kronos A2 to provoke Head of Decay, so Head of Decay won't get a turn. Like, that's why like Head of Decay actually doesn't matter with this team setup. And as you guys can see, my Krisk used A3 first to put increased speed on everybody, because my 200 rack opens with A2 to put block buffs on all these heads. And now it's just get to the normal rotation. Alright. Okay. And Cornot just always gonna counterattack because of his passive. It doesn't require Minaya. This Cornot is always gonna counterattack with the AoE A1 and very good multiplier on the AoE A1. This Cornot does a lot of damage. Alright, that's basically the opening rotation. And I think for this team, the worst head you can possibly have is actually Head of Blight, because Head of Blight can put 3 poisons on your champion, especially my Husk. It's probably because my Husk, alright? And I remember when Husk died, he has like 6 poison debuffs on himself. I just could not heal him back. That's how my Husk died, and my run ended at 80 mil. Alright, so basically it's just super good. This team, look at this, decapitate one head. Alright, let me show you guys how I deal with Head of Blight. Sorry, Head of Decay here. This is Head of Decay, the third head here. I'm going to like just provoke him non-stop. As you guys can see, my Coroner just put provoke on Head of Decay. Like with 3 provoke champion, I can just control this head until its death. Alright, see if I can hit the provoke here. I provoke again. That's great. Still has provoke. Alright, this head resisted my husk provoke. Is that gonna be... Alright, I still hit the provoke. Alright, my Coroner still hit the provoke here. Okay. Still not hitting the provoke with my husk. I think who's gonna use provoke here? Or is this head gonna get a turn? I don't quite remember. Okay, alright, my Krisk still has a provoke. So most of the case, like 2 champions is probably enough. Alright, as long as you have increased speed on all your champions and you have decreased speed on Head of Decay, probably 2 champions is enough. 3 champions is just a much safer option. Alright, so I think I have the rest of the run in another clip. So yeah, I'm gonna play the clip